Right, welcome today. Today, a little bit different. Welcome to Australia Speed. So we see on the backwood. Now, the reason I'm saying Australia Speed is because we're starting to expand. So obviously with GM Motorsport, which everyone knows, Holdens and Chevs, GT Performance for our Falcons and Mustangs, etc. We're starting to expand now. So we're starting to do Jeeps, Chryslers, in the full drives, you know, Nissans, Toyotas, etc. We're also going to be getting into some of the more Euro stuff like Benzes, as well as BMWs, etc. But today, we're focusing on the old red versus blue. So the Ford versus the Holden. Today we've decided we've got two identical, naturally aspirated cars. When I say identical, obviously they're not the same. They're a Holden and a Ford. But we have an OTR, and we have obviously a colder intake on the Barra. Both of these cars, funnily enough, have X4 systems, so full X4 system on this VF, and also full X4 system on this FG. The FG, we know, if you come in and have a look at the pipes, we've got inch and 5/8 X-Force headers. The Barra, obviously 4 litres, 195 kilowatts, about 390 Newton meters of torque. And as I said earlier, we've also already got the OTR. So we'll see what sort of improvements we're going to get over standard. And on the blue side, on the red side, we've got the VF. So 3.6 litre LFX engine in this particular model. It's a 2017. 210 rear wheel kilowatts, 210 kilowatts at the engine, and 350 Newton meters of torque. Both cars are dual overhead camshafts. The great thing about both of these cars is they're I guess the entry level for people who want to get into performance. They don't want to go to the V8s, P-platers, etc. They want that little bit of extra performance mods out of them, and hopefully we'll be able to see what gains we get. At the moment, we've got power to the Holden, as in kilowatts, and the Ford's got the power, the edge in regards to torque. So we'll run them both up on the dyno, we'll put this, and we'll check out which one is going to improve the most and whether or not we can bridge that gap both from the torque and the power perspective. So other than that, we'll see you on the dyno.
Hi guys, Fonzie here from GM Motorsport Australia Speed. Red versus blue challenge. We've got them on the rollers, so let's see what it can do. This one's got the awesome intake, it's got the full headers and cats. So it's pretty much, good value for money. All the bolt-on stuff you can do very easily without getting too carried away. So what we can do is run it up and run the red machine up, see what it does. We'll belt the blue machine on and see where we get with that. So it's a good old Ford versus Holden challenge. We'll get it on the dyno. See, this is a very healthy SV6. Obviously we've made a lot of gains, cam timing, just advancements overall with the software and technology. So that's pretty good. Usually it's about 225 to 232. We've had a couple pop up there, but I will show you. So to be fair to this challenge, I've just had a look myself. It's called inertia and it's also called loss. This has got a lightweight wheel. While it may be big, it's light. And also, there's not much tread. There's a couple of mil there. And in a day, the tread's gone pretty hard now from whether it be burnouts or whatever it is. So that's a factor. So, yep, we're gonna do the challenge, but we've got to bear in mind that a little bit more. That's why an engine dyno or a hub dyno can be a little bit more even in terms, but we're going to have different gear ratios and a few other things. So it'll be good basis, but we show you why sometimes cars can be up a little bit higher So let's get this one off the rollers. The red one comes off and the blue one goes on. See you soon. Okay guys, Fonzie here from Australia Speed GT Performance. So before we done the red team, now we're on the blue team. She's on the rollers, the big Barra NA. So this is the FG model, has variable intake with the plastic one, bit of an upgrade. We've got headers and we've got a air filter pod system on it. So what we can do is give it a roll and compare it to the Commodore and see what we've got. Totally different engines, inline 6.4 litre compared to the 3.6 V6 configuration, probably with some more high efficiency heads on it. So two different motors, and let's see how they get it done. Chuck on the roll. Ford oval, 215 rear wheel kilowatts. So what we'll do is we'll go and have a look against the Commodore. Okay, we'll get rid of the green run and the blue run. Okay, so what we have here is basically the Commodore before. We've given the Commodore the second run to be a bit fairer with the tyres it had on the other car. So 232 odd kilowatts versus 215. But what you can see here, pretty comparable. I'll use the red cursor. Even though these have got different diff gears, Ford's used the big torque of this motor to run the big taller gears, and Commodore's used a 327 diff gear versus a 273. I think it is, has a fair jump. You can see the powers and the real, wheel speeds and everything match up, even the acceleration rates. So what these cars would definitely have would be fairly close. Now, while the Commodore makes a lot more power up here, some 20 kilowatts there, basically, you're probably looking around about 10 to 15% more power for the Commodore in real world torque. But then we get across to the torque figures here. Now you go, oh, okay, well, there's not much difference in there, 244 to 274. What you're not accounting for is that this has got a 273 diff ratio and the other one 327. So we estimate that the Ford would actually have 15% more torque. So it's pretty funny how these two cars do it, Team Blue and Team Red. Totally different at the end of the day to where it's at. So just excuse me for 2 secs. James, Motorsport, hold the line. Okay, we're always busy on a Saturday. So what we're trying to say is two different beasts, but we think they would do very similar jobs after they've both had their exhaust intake mods and custom tuned. That's what you get. So does it answer the questions? Probably not completely. It does give you a good insight that both cars can be modded to a good performance standard. What we need to do now is belt them both down the track and go down to the black dyno strip to see what they do, and that would give us a comparison. But I think they'd be pretty even. Good Aussie 6-cylinder muscle cars. Young guys love them, and as I said, whether you're Team Red or Team Blue, we can do some work for you and get them going. So until next time, stay tuned to Australia Speed TV, more informative TV stuff about all cars. Could be Australian cars or cars that are delivered to Australia, whether it be Jeep, Mercedes, Camaros, we do it all. We're for real in what we do. We test and we show you, the public, what you can do, actually do with your car. We don't do your on the roadside flash it in tunes and everything else. We're the real deal. We develop our own cows. We develop all the hardware. We make most of the hardware. We deliver it to the Australian public so you guys can go faster on the street, strip, road or track or whatever you might do. Till next time, stay tuned, stay safe.